Hey everyone, I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures, and I've got a new rooftop tent that I'm really excited about. If you watched my Overland Expo Mountain West video, I met the guys at FSR, Free Spirit Recreation, and saw their Aspen Lite XL. I did show it in that video, and I talked to the guys there at the expo, and I just flat out asked them, guys, can I review this tent? It's super impressive, and I'd like to get a closer look at it. And they said yes. So Free Spirit did send me the tent. Before I, open it up and everything, let me go through a couple things that I'll show you along the way. First of all, it is a wedge style tent, so it does open like this, which has become my favorite style tent over the years. I don't know that it's safe to call it a hard shell because it does have a soft canvas on the very top, which is why it does come with this cover. I think just about most of the time you can run it without the cover. But being here in Arkansas, we've got trees everywhere. If I were to take it into the Ozarks, I would definitely put the cover on because it go through so many low trees. I would hate to think of a tree limb ripping that. And I think that would be a possibility if you do wheel and dense trees. But for the most part, if you, are out west, say, I think it would be totally safe to use it without the cover, but it comes with the cover. Budget-wise, it comes in at a very reasonable, just under $2,700, $2,695, which I think for the quality of this tent and what all you get with the tent, I think that is an incredible value for a wedge-style rooftop tent. It's definitely not a budget tent like a top oak, but it's not astronomically expensive like the Intrepid that I run. Most of the time. So let's get this open. The thing with the wedge is that they are ridiculously fast to set up and take down. So let me get my phone out, and I'll probably speed it up, but let's set a timer here, and let's see how long this takes. Now this does include me pulling the cover off, which if you're not running the cover, it'll save you a lot of time. So, all right, here we go. Ready, set, and go. Oops. It does have eight latches across the tent. Got cotton awning, so it does have 8 latches across the tent. So I mean, there's 40 seconds worth right there. It has a total of 4 latches. I accidentally undid that one when I pulled the tent off. Now this tent is only 7 3/4 inches tall. I mean, that lifts up so easy. And so the big question is, can all of your bedding and stuff fit in here? Well, the answer to that question is yes. All of my bedding is in here. Now, this does have the kick-out piece here, which I think any wedge rooftop tent that you get should have the kick out. And it's designed in such a way that I can actually do it standing on the back of my Jeep. There. Oh, wait. I forgot. I gotta do the ladder. Stay. Oh. Boom. It's set up. We are at, whoopsie. Stop. 2 minutes, 34 seconds. Almost 2:35. That's not bad. Now, let me show you some of the amazing features about the Aspen Lite XL. Well, this is it. It's a very impressive tent. As you can see, there's a ton of room in here. I've got a lot of headroom up in here. I can easily get on my knees, change clothes, whatever. The most amazing thing about the Aspen Lite XL is just how light it is. It is only 110 pounds, which, considering the size of this, how much space you have, that's really, really amazing. Most wedges will approach or exceed 200 pounds. A lot of them are in the 175 pound range. My Intrepid that I've been running for a long time, it's 155 pounds, which I thought that was really lightweight. There are some lighter weight tents on the market, lighter weight wedges, but they sacrifice way too many creature comforts and features for me to even consider that as a viable rooftop tent. They don't have like struts like this. They don't have the frames like this. They're more of a bare bones, just fabric over a frame. Some of them even use like hiking poles as your tent pole, as your supports and stuff. And I just don't consider those viable options, at least for me. So let me bring you up here and show you everything. All right, well, this is the inside of the Aspen Lite XL. As you can see, it does have blackout material. So if you are the type that likes to sleep in at camp, the sun will not be waking you up with this tent. It is quite dark in here. It has massive windows / doors on both sides. Big window, could also be a door if you want to enter from the back. On the front or the back, I guess that's the back. It has pockets on each side. It's got a little pocket here, which is designed to hold a battery pack. And I'm sorry, I meant to bring a battery pack. I forgot. Because this has this right here, this is a light strip. So it has a light strip all the way around, and it's got this little pouch here to just drop a battery pack in. Here's your USB cable. Here's your controls for your lights. You can dim them. They don't change color or anything. They're just a nice, not really amber, not really white, but just a good neutral color for a light. And you can dim them. It does come with the storage pouch there in the top, and it's got 2 see-through pouches. So if you want to lay back, slide an iPad in there, catch up on your Netflix, catch up on your YouTube channels, assuming you have cell signal or Starlink. But that's great there. So tons of storage in this tent. It's even got ports on each side for a diesel heater or an air conditioner. There's the one there. Here's the one on this side. So depending on what side you need to keep your diesel heater on or your air conditioner, you can pump it into there. So look, I had a pillow. This is my pillow. My pillow is stored up here too, along with quilt, top sheet, and fitted sheet. I'll get into the mattress here in a second. The fabric used for this is actually a quilted insulated fabric, and that is here on the windows, here on the top, and this one right here that rolls down on the front. So this is a true 4-season tent. You don't need an additional insulation kit to run this in the wintertime. It's already outfitted with insulation, which is awesome. It does have 2 vents on each side that you can close up if need be, but there's one and there's the other just to help with condensation. But the way this tent is designed, you probably won't need it. Let me show you how they keep this thing so lightweight. The frame is an extruded aluminum, basically plastic corners, but extruded aluminum. It does have T-tracks, so you can move your ladder around, you can move the buckles around, you can mount lights and stuff if you want to, little eyelets, whatever. But the underframe is these aluminum slats. And so there's not a rigid floor necessarily on this. If we go up here, you can see. So this is I don't know, it's got a little bit of a padding, maybe what is that? Maybe an inch thick pad. That's not the mattress, it's just a pad that everything sits on. And you can see right there, it just kind of buckles around the frame. Here's one of the buckles right here to the outside frame. So lots of airflow under there to help with condensation. The top, you can't really see it, it has channels. I can't get it on camera, but it has channels that the fabric fits into, and you can actually unzip it. So let me see what this looks like. Hold on, I'm just doing this as I go. Oh, there we go. All right, so here's the aluminum slats on the top. There's much fewer on the top. Here's that top fabric that I'll show you on the outside. It's quite thick. It's 600D, so it's a pretty sturdy tonneau cover material. But just having this fabric kind of be loose here in this gap, that really cuts down on the amount of condensation that you're going to get in the tent. So that's, if you've ever been in a rooftop tent in cooler weather, and you've woken up in the morning and there's just water all over the roof of the tent, no fun. So this does a great job of eliminating that. All right, I'm gonna put this back, and then we'll go on the outside and show you some more. The tent fabric, very high quality. It doesn't feel like that rubberized stuff that other tent manufacturers use. It is a good, it's just a really good quality. I wouldn't call it iCamper quality, because I think they've got the best tent fabric on the market, but it's definitely right underneath there, and I'm really impressed by it. Here's what that vent looks like on the outside. It has these little Velcro pieces that you just open that up to make sure that stays, propped open like that. Here's what those vents look like on the outside. You can, if you're not using anything, it's got a little stench thing in here, so you can totally seal that up and then tuck it inside, and then not have to worry about air leaking in if you don't want it. Here's a good look at the top. See if I can get up here on my Jeep. So here's a good look at the top. It's a good looking top, but you can see it's it's kind of a canvas. They call it a tonneau cover material, but I think that's I think that would resist puncture pretty well. But I don't know that I would take a chance on it if you're in an area with a lot of trees and low-hanging trees that you're going to be busting through. But it's a good looking cover for the top. I like it a lot. All right, let's talk about the mattress. This actually comes with their inflatable memory foam mattress. So it's a 3-inch inflatable memory foam. They call it self-inflating, but my hands are wet. I'm also going the wrong way. There we go. So it's got 2 valves, 2 one-way valves, so that lets the air in. That is for letting the air out and then not coming back in. And of course you can, if it doesn't self-inflate like as much as you want, you can obviously, just throw a quick air pump on there to get it to the desired softness or firmness that you want. I'm super pumped that FSR is including their air mattress with the tents. I've said it in so many videos talking about rooftop tents. None of them come with good mattresses unless it's an air mattress like this one. So props to FSR, not charging you extra for it, because some companies, iCamper, will charge over $400 to have their inflatable mattress. I don't know why. Props to FSR for including that with this tent. And it's not like they just threw it in for me. It's just what comes with the tent. So that's pretty awesome. Props to them for that. Now, when it comes to laying down in this tent, I am 6'1", and traditional wedge style tents typically don't work for me because at 6'1", my feet touch the roof, and that is annoying. So it forces me to have to, sleep on my side, curled up a little bit to be comfortable. This one is 80 inches long, and so my feet do still touch. But since this is a fabric, they can just move around like this. I could sleep in this tent with my feet touching the roof, no problem. That's not uncomfortable at all. It's doesn't bother me one bit because it's not a hard shell roof that doesn't move around. So yeah, this is great. I don't know if I were much bigger than I am at 6'1". I don't think I would want to be much taller in this tent, but I would be very, very comfortable in this. And there's so much room in here. It's awesome. Now for headroom, like I said, 6'1". I've still got a lot of room in here, so I could, I can very easily be in here on my knees. I could, obviously I can sit in here very comfortably with the kicker that pushes the tent out. There's ample space in here for a couple people to sit up here out of the weather or whatever, play cards if need be. But yeah, it's a very roomy tent. And one of the reasons why it is able to be so roomy, in addition to the kicker bar that goes out, that's because the roof opens at a more extreme angle than any other rooftop tent that I've experienced, any other wedge, at 51 degrees. That's a steep angle, and that gives you this nice open space that doesn't feel like the tent is just, right here on your head when you're in it, and gives you that open space up at the top for being on your knees or whatever. So it's just a very well-designed, well-thought-out tent that I like a lot if you haven't picked up on that so far. Now, as much as I love this tent, it's not perfect. So let me discuss with you some of my gripes. The first one being the way the doors go. Now, I know you've either got to have them go up or you got to have them go down. My Intrepid, they can go sideways, which is what I have grown to love. This, they go down, which means if you want to sleep with the window closed or with the window open, with the window closed, it's no big deal. But if you want to sleep with the window open and just, maybe it's just a nice cool night and you just want to sleep with the windows open, well, you got to deal with this. You got to just roll it up, fold it up. You can kind of roll it up kind of on itself. and tuck it in here, which works. But you got to deal with that. There's no way to roll it up out of the way and cinch it up. It only goes down, which is also kind of a pain when you want to get out, because you got to either crawl over it or let it hang and don't step on it down the ladder. This is very common on a lot of rooftop tents. It's just a kind of a universal gripe of mine for how they do the doors and windows. So for this one, I think I would just kind of leave it inside and then get out. Which leads me to one of my major gripes. Probably my biggest gripe is this ladder. It's lame. Just being real. You can see this is designed to, to come out from your vehicle. I could straighten this up a little bit, but the ladder rungs are flat, perpendicular with the ladder, instead of being slightly angled like other companies do. iCamper does, Intrepid does. There's some other ones that have done it as well. But the fact that the ladder rungs are just flat and don't angle to match the angle of your feet as you're climbing up it, because you're standing right here on this corner, which is not a comfortable feeling, especially if you're, maybe you need to get down barefooted. That would kill you. Or, thin slippers or something like that. This ladder will definitely hurt your feet. I also don't like the way the ladder attaches. It's very clunky. I just don't like it. It's not good. Even firmly planted, if you're shifting around, that's annoying, and it's not secure. Your friends could easily come over here in the middle of the night and go, ha 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 ha, and take your ladder. But it's just not a secure way to do the ladder. And the little hooks like this, that's just that's cheap. I would expect that on like a $1,000 tent, not a $2,700 tent. And then the other gripe I have in regards to the ladder is that it doesn't come with a ladder bag. It did not come with a ladder bag. And the whole point of having a rooftop tent like this is that you store your ladder in the tent. Well, without a bag to put it in, you can get dirt in your tent. Now, I don't know if this was designed this way, but I did get lucky. The bag that the mattress comes in, this little thin bag right here, the bag that the mattress comes in, the ladder does fit in here. I don't think it was designed to be that way. I think I just got lucky, just because of the way the bag itself is designed. And it's not robust at all. It's just real thin nylon. So I think over time, the ladder feet and stuff are gonna bust through these seams. But for now, the bag that the mattress comes in does double as a ladder bag. Kinda, it works. You just gotta be careful. It does include boot bags that you can move around if you want to. You don't have to leave them here. But the boot bags are real small. Like if you actually have hiking boots, my sandals would fit in here. But if you actually have like hiking boots and stuff, my big old 13s are not gonna fit in this bag. So I don't know if this is like a left foot and a right foot kind of thing. But two people with hiking boots, they're not going in those boot bags. Props that they give them to you, but they're not big enough to actually be useful for boots. I think overall that pretty much runs through the details of the Aspen Lite XL. It's a very impressive tent, especially at 110 pounds. If you need to build a lightweight rig, this one's a no-brainer. And the little quirks that it does have, they're livable. There's none of my cons that are like deal breakers for me. So let me get a timer, and I'll see how long it takes to close this up, and then give you final thoughts. And go. Now, like I said, this bag is not designed for the ladder. Definitely not designed for it, but it does work as a ladder bag. It's just not sturdy. I forgot to do the hole. There we go. I do think it could use slightly stronger struts to hold it up. It does come with strut locks. I forgot about those. It does come with some strut locks, but I really don't feel like you should need them, because you can get optional crossbars for this, but you couldn't hold a whole lot of weight up there and it stay open. They're just designed for maybe some lightweight solar panels, maybe an inflatable kayak, or something like that up there. All right, without the cover, right at 3 minutes. Now, let's do the cover. The cover is definitely not as bad as a soft shell rooftop tent cover. Much better than that one. Now, if you have an awning like I do, just know that this side, it's kind of a pain, because you got to go either under or over the awning. There. All right. Stop. 4 minutes, 48 seconds to add the cover. Okay, so final thoughts on the FSR Free Spirit Recreation Aspen Lite XL. It's honestly a fantastic tent. I would have no reservations running this tent, especially at only 110 pounds. That alone makes the FSR Aspen Lite unlike any other tent on the market. It's what distinguishes this one from any other wedge, because it's a better wedge than the other sub 100 pound tents. I wouldn't even consider running those. But this one is a legit wedge, has all the features of a normal wedge rooftop tent at 110 pounds. So I think it's absolutely awesome. The cons for this tent with the ladder and the way the windows work and the boot bags, those sort of things, those aren't deal breakers for me. Those are things that I could live with and would live with in selecting the Aspen Lite XL. It is really an amazing tent for under $2,700. That to me, the fact that they designed this for under $2,700 just blows me away. I think if you remember, I was running the iCamper BDV for about a year last year. This is what the BDV should have been. I think this is what the BDV wanted to be, but it wasn't, because it was very similar construction, but 175 pounds. So this is 110. This is better. Well, let me know what you think in the comments. I will leave the link down below, obviously. FSR did give me an affiliate link, so if you choose to buy with that link, I think I'll get a few percentage of the sale. if you choose to purchase from that link. So if you do, thanks, it does help the channel. But I'm blown away by the tent. It's really an excellent tent. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've got one, if you're considering a wedge style, this is definitely more budget friendly than my Intrepid. The Intrepid does have more room inside. So there's that. The Intrepid is 155 pounds compared to 110 pounds. There's so many great options on the market today. It's just, it's crazy. Welcome. 2024 is a great year. But let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that YouTube love. If you like what we're doing and you want to consider supporting the channel, gain access to special events, special content, special events, like a big gathering that we're having at Marist Adventure Park in mid-November. Check out the Patreon link in the description. And for all of our merchandise, shirts, hats, patches, stickers, all that sort of stuff, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.